how much video games were back then.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it was, I've read it's something like $50 or $60 for like a really hot release.
Yeah.
And you think about that in like dollars today, that's got to be like 80 or 90 at least.
Well, even more than that, I'm sure.
Probably, but you know, when you think about it, I mean, nowadays.
But games today are $50 or $60 for a new game.
Yeah, and that's what, think about it, is you get something like GTA 4 is
Mm-hmm.
$60.
Yeah.
You think about everything you can do with, I mean, glitch aside, I'm just talking about as a point
yeah.
of example. Everything you can do with that, I mean, it keeps you occupied for weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas back then you play $60 for Pac-Man, and it's just the same map, and you're just going,
No, there was at least, 3 different maps.
it just gets faster, and, you know.
Well, the thing was also, I was talking about this with some other people on YouTube a little while ago. The thing about the old games is it was about challenge more than anything else. Like, you play those old games now, they're freaking hard. They're really hard. Like, it's so easy to die. It's like one hit and you're dead. And you get your 3 lives, and that's it. And basically, if you're lucky, maybe it has something where it'll give you a free life at 10,000 points. That was sort of the threshold, usually, was 10,000 points. But most games were not very forgiving. Like, you had your 3 lives, maybe a bonus life or 2 along the way, and then that was it. And the whole point of it was to get as high a score as you could, and to, if there were multiple levels, to get to, just to see all the different levels. And then from there on, it was basically an endurance challenge, just to see how far you could go, because they would replay the levels, but harder, faster, more enemies, faster speed, whatever. Like, I remember the original Donkey Kong. The original Donkey Kong has 3 levels. That's it. And they're hard. Like, you get past level 1, and you make it to level 2, you're just thrilled. You're like, oh my god, it's level 2! I always liked level 2 the best. That was the one where you had to run over the rivets to drop the girders.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if you
I played it ages ago.
Yeah. I always liked level 2 the best, but it also had the fireballs, which were really tricky, because they would home in on you. At least the barrels you could jump over and they would disappear, but the fireballs would follow you around. And then level 3 was something else. I can't even remember what level 3 was now. It's been so long since I played it. It was something with elevators and stuff. It was really complicated compared to the other ones. But and then there was Donkey Kong Jr., of course, which also only had 3 levels. But then with Pac-Man, it was like you'd get slight variations of the maze. I don't know how many actual variations of the maze there were. There wasn't a lot, though. And then the whole thing with Pac-Man was they gave you additional goals to get through, because you would get little mini movies in between certain levels. Like every 3rd or 4th level, you'd get a little mini movie with Pac-Man chasing some ghosts or something. That was sort of like your reward for getting that far. And then I know Miss Pac-Man, I saw, maybe it was just Miss Pac-Man had the mini movies. I don't know if Pac-Man actually had that. But I know Miss Pac-Man did, where they had like the story of how Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man met and stuff. And they would have them chasing ghosts together and things like that. And it was funny. So the farther you got, the more you got to see of the story. So that was pretty advanced for its day, because I don't know of any other games that really did that. But yeah, most of them were basically just flat out endurance challenges. How far can you get? How long can you survive? How many points can you rack up? And that was it. And there was never really an ending to the games either. They just could go forever.
Just continue, yes.
So it was just a matter of beating the high scores and surviving as long as you could.
Well, I remember in particular, I heard one game a lot of people talked about like that was Missile Command.
Oh yeah.
Because there you are shooting down ICBMs at the height of the Cold War.
Yep.
And you can play it for 6 hours straight and you miss one and then everything's just annihilated. And apparently gave people nightmares about nuclear war and stuff like that.
That's great.
It's like, I missed that one and I killed the human race.